Strength and blessings out there. This is executive creator Alexander Asafa of Brotherhood Language, approaching conversation kinetically about fiction, aka Black AF. I'm here to tell you about the Anchor app. Let me explain. Let's get right to it. Number one, the Anchor podcast app is free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you. You can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many, many, many more. You can make money from your podcast right now with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started right now. This is Brotherhood Language, approaching conversation kinetically. My name is Alexander Asafa, and this is Black as
Brotherhood Language, approaching conversation kinetically about fiction. This is Black as
You ready to rock?
Yeah,
You laughing already?
I'm laughing at your ass. Why, look, oh, my hues aren't right. And
They're not.
Hollywood ass nigga, I swear, oh God.
Take the mask off. Take the hat off.
God, nigga, I can't.
Right, because you're on the run eating.
Right.
You still running from Chicago.
Until you
Years
start,
later.
until you start feeding me, nigga, you don't question how I eat, nigga. Know what I'm saying? Shit.
Brotherhood Language, approaching conversation kinetically about fiction. This is Black as Fuck. This is Monday. Black as Fuck Mondays. I'm in black. He's black. I'm black. It's all black. It's just black as fuck. Wait, I already said that because it's black as fuck. God damn it.
Did you practice that in front of the mirror?
No, I didn't.
I'm gonna need you to do that. I'm gonna need you to do that again. I was feeling it, bro. I was over here going, oh, he's black, we black, she black, they black, but.
Good thing we're recording because I'll never do it again. BLACKAZFUK is the handle for TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. The website, www.blackafhq.com. Check us out. You can join us every Monday on the show via Zoom, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 8:30 for everybody that's looking for B. Walt, just to give them a little heads up. Since we hating and being petty as we introduce ourselves. Yeah. So we are, what episode is this? This 32? Is this magic? Is this magic right now? Word?
Look away.
Look at that. James is getting another basket because he can't do it himself. Look at James. Way to be there. Statue of Liberty, James. Way to be there. Good job. Good job. Byron hit the three. Hit it this time. How about this time?
Hey, James took all that receiving into the Hall of Fame, okay? He took that
how many assists does Magic Johnson have all time? Like 15,000?
I don't know. But James got a very
13 of them.
Right.
He got 13,000 of them on his own.
Look. Jerry Rice is only considered one of the best receivers of all time because he caught the ball all the time. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
So
with that, that's like I know the Bears lost, and you probably like salty about that.
I'm not salty about the Bears losing. You know why? Because I didn't watch the game. I knew they was gonna lose, so I said, "Fuck them niggas. I'm not watching it." Your boy paid tickets, went to the game, and watched them get fucked in the ass. I would never do that.
What, the friendly hacker from last week?
The friendly hacker from last week went to the game.
I don't know that guy. That's your people.
Your homie went to the game.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
Whose kitchen does he have right now? He got your whole kitchen. That ain't my kitchen.
They went to the game and they watched these dudes get beat. The last Bears game I went to was actually against the Rams, and yeah, we lost, but at least our seats, like, you know what I'm saying, we was like right there. Like,
was that out in the Chi? Was that out here?
No, that was out here. When it was at the Coliseum, though.
Ah, Yeah, I went to one of those when the Eagles played them. We beat their ass.
I was waiting on it. Where's it going with this bullshit?
We beat their ass. But that's enough about that category of shit that we do and discuss. So we got a lot reviews on top of reviews with more reviews this week.
Before we get into that, I have to show you this T-shirt. You see that?
Oh, hold on. Wait, hold on.
That's one of my favorite white men right there.
Is that Rourke? Is that Mickey?
Nah, that's Anthony Bourdain.
Oh.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite white boys.
Tell me, why is that, B-Walt?
I don't know. You know what it is? He's like the white version of a lot of ignorant niggas I know. That's why I like him, because he really don't give a fuck. This dude was a junkie. He's done everything you could think of, still came out of it, and he's doing well. You know what I'm saying? He reminds me of a lot of dudes I know from back in the day. It was just, that's why I like him.
So you fucked with his show, what was that, CNN?
Bro, I watched all his shit.
I don't know him before that. What was he doing before that?
That nigga, I mean, well, the thing that put him on the scene is when he wrote a book about life as a chef.
Okay.
He wrote this book, and then that blew up, and the way he wrote was so, I mean, you can watch Roadrunner. They talk about it on Roadrunner. You know, that documentary that came out about him? Just came out. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, the way the book was written, I guess it was so compelling, apparently, that they were like, well, we got to get this dude some TV shows. And I've watched every single TV show this dude ever made, bro. Every single one.
Right on.
Like, religiously.
I never knew that about you. Like,
bro, the Black as Fuck headquarters Netflix. You go look on there, you'll see all of the, if they're still on it, I don't know, but all of the Anthony Bourdain joints that was on there, we was watching that shit all the time, bro.
I no longer have access to that anymore. Because, yeah.
Oh. You've been away too long. You haven't gotten the new,
no,
the new VPN.
Right. The last password I got was to the friendly hacker. And, for several reasons, we're not gonna say that over the air.
Yeah.
For those 8 people to try to cop a feel. Fuck y'all.
Right.
Just listen and watch.
Watching my damn motherfucking What If before me and shit.
Bro, I literally thought it was you though. This shit was 13 minutes in. I said, oh, okay, cool. We're going to be all right. The next thing I know, no, I didn't watch that. That wasn't me. That was a friendly hacker. Fucking friendly hacker. Now, I actually saw an article about Bourdain today because apparently he did an episode with Michael K. Williams.
I knew that they knew each other. I didn't know how close.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Yeah. Yeah.
Is it coming back now?
Yeah. Like I said, man, like, dude, we was watching that shit all the time. Like, it was like, I don't know. Remember how everybody got together for Game of Thrones parties and shit, which I did too.
Yes. Before the 8. Yes.
Right, before season 8. And they did the same shit with Heroes. I mean, you know, whenever something's popular, it's usually like a gathering of folks watching it.
Right.
Religiously every week when it comes on. Well, the thing with the Anthony Bourdain shows, like when they would come out, man, it was me and a handful of people. Yeah, we'd be at somebody's crib watching that shit, faded, like drinking. It's that entertaining. Like, it's that entertaining. And I don't know what it is about, I mean, the ones when he's traveling are my favorite, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is, man. It's like you glued to that shit.
And the doc is called Roadrunner.
Yeah, it's good, dude. I actually liked it.
Okay.
But we ain't supposed to be talking about that shit today. I was just trying to show you the shirt of my third favorite white man.
We still need to do our top We need to draft our favorite white guys.
I keep sliding one of them in every now and again to see if people is catching on. Well, the 6 people that listen catching on. But
yeah, we lost one when we cussed them out 4 minutes ago. Yeah.
We cursed somebody out 4 minutes ago.
I said fuck y'all for trying to get the password to the Disney Plus, and then like someone dropped off.
Oh, that's terrible.
It was the friendly hacker, so it's not like he ain't gonna be back next week. But it's funny. I don't even think he knows who he is.
Well, the friendly hacker can't be mad about paying $9 a month for his own Disney Plus, homie. He got some stories to tell, bro. You need to ask him what he been doing with the other motherfuckers lately. We ain't gonna throw his shit out there though.
His own rogues gallery.
The band got back together.
Uh-oh. Here comes Ringo.
They was playing some music.
Is that what you want to call it? All right. Well, we talked about Jordan's opening up last week. I didn't see a problem about talking about, a cool dead white guy to open this one up. That's we kind of two-step into the conversation. That's what we do. We don't really two-step though. It's more like it's like a Doo-Doo Brown. It's like an Uncle Luke, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Boom ba dum ba dum boom ba dum boom. Black as fuck. Come get it. All right, I've digressed enough. All right, let's start with the oldest stuff right now because we got a whole bunch of hot shit to speak on. What if episode 5 review? What it do for you, B. Walt? Talk to me.
Remind me. Zombies.
Yeah, I just have to watch. It's gonna come to you sometime. you got it.
See, because the shit happened in the middle of the week, so by the time we get back around,
it'd be a lot of whole other shit that didn't happen.
So what they did was they took all the best elements of all the zombie shit that's out now and threw it into a what if and sprinkled in superheroes. The shit was terrible. It was terrible in a good way, but it's like, man, could you imagine? Bro, like, could you imagine Ant-Man being a fucking zombie?
Yeah. Now I can.
The world is over. Like, the world is over. An 80-foot zombie just...
What? There's been 5 episodes. Ant-Man has been a beast in 2 of them. Like, unstoppable in 2 of them.
Right.
Like, that's why Pim was like, ain't nobody touching my shit from fucking S.H.I.E.L.D. Y'all can suck a dick. I know how you assholes work. Fuck you, Stark. Fuck you. T'Challa showed up with one leg.
Bro.
He showed up with one leg. Like, the shit was already gone. What did I say? I think I said it felt like a 30-minute version of Flashpoint Paradox. Like, niggas was just was showing up and getting dead like immediately. Like, not a lot of stage time for a lot of like major motherfucking players. Like, motherfuckers was dying. It was good though. This was the one episode I felt wasn't as good as the previous one though. Like, 4 was kind of epic in a way. Like, just the psychology of it. And how they flipped it with the Doctor Strange stuff and, him battling like his better judgment versus his emotions. I thought that was killer that way. This one, I'm not a zombie guy though. I think you're more of a zombie guy than I am. So maybe you enjoyed it more.
I am a zombie person. And, yeah, Walking Dead. Look, bro. Walking Dead, World War Z.
Wait, did I use the wrong pronouns? Because I said a guy. You don't want me to call you a guy. You said person, as if I had offended you.
No. I'm he, him, whatever. I don't know how. I don't even know how they classify that stuff. Like, it confuses me honestly, and I have to have my friends who are of other tell me, oh, I want to be known as da da da. because I don't know that shit off the bat. Like I'm he him because I don't, you know.
For sure. Just making sure.
I'm that nigga. So, you know, Walking Dead, Zombie Nation, World War Z, the movies that came out, what are those? The ones with Homeboy, the ones with Cillian Murphy in 28 Days Later, all that shit. I love that shit.
Yeah.
I love all of that shit. And I love it when you get the zombies that are more than just the background. You know, even though Walking Dead does that a lot, because Walking Dead is more about how people would treat each other in a shitty scenario. It really doesn't have much to do with zombies, right?
That's the
anyway,
backdrop.
Yeah, they're just the backdrop. But anyway, you see elements of all that shit in episode 5. I liked it, but seriously, Tony showed up. He was already dead, bro. Like I don't think he like.
Nigga,
he
like
showed up and was like, what the fuck? So,
bro, that's why I was like, oh, this is like Flashpoint Paradox. Oh shit, this Deathstroke and Lex Luthor. Oh shit, these niggas is dead now. What the fuck is going on? Like, they didn't care how many movies you had done, how many Infinity Stones you had saved, and like how many times you had taken New York back. Like, anybody could get it.
Anybody can get it.
But it was definitely a good episode for sure. Vision's twist was nuts. That was a nice little wrinkle to me. But again, it wasn't that it like I'm just not that guy. But it was still a damn good episode for sure. Yeah, it is in the middle of the week, so it's hard to like unless you watch it like 2 or 3 times. It's hard to really just like for it to sink in, you know, after the weekend and hit, your other shows have hit, and you know, you done had some libations and some substances and you know, whatever you guys do, whatever the 5 people that are watching do, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate the Fab 5 being with us right now. Shout out to C Web. You're a Hall of Famer. Let's keep it pushing. What else we got? NBA 2K2 22 review. 2. B-Wall, I haven't played a basketball game since NBA Live. I'm joking, but that's just me saying I haven't played this one. How did you feel about I'll say this. I haven't played it, but I've seen LeBron's hairline. I have seen that.
So, in your opinion, does it look more or less realistic this time around?
It's fucked up. Let's just say that. Like, it's fucked up. Like
they need to leave. They need to leave King James alone. Just leave homeboy alone.
I mean, somebody lost a bet. Somebody got a vendetta, like, or both. Like, that's fucked up. If what I saw is real, I don't know. You seen him? Like, how's it look to you?
Actually, I haven't seen him yet. That's why this is gonna be the quickest review in history.
This nigga look like he was in Earth, Wind, and Fire, bro. Like the drummer.
Like, the rivers that we're here.
This shit is bad.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. I'll check it out.
I want to find that shit right now.
Look.
But let's talk about the game.
Look, here's the thing. The more busy we get, the less time we have to do these types of things. So this is gonna be real quick review. These niggas, look, because I haven't even played. Like, I haven't even had a chance to play a full game yet, and that's real shit. So the first thing they make you do is the tutorials and stuff, right? They won't even let you play the game. Matter of fact, the game takes so long to, I guess, you know, get all the pieces together for you to be able to play all the modes and shit. They put you through a tutorial while it's still loading, or while it's still like building the game,
installing itself.
Yeah, while it's still installing. So that took a while, which I mean I was used to it. But the thing that I will say is that there are a lot of improvements on the defensive end, and if you have played or you've seen people play the last iteration, a lot of the complaints were, man, this nigga just blew by me. Why the fuck can I play defense? So they did upgrade how to play D. I did. They play D like, bro, like you better. They play D now. You can't even soup up a player. You can't make. You know how like you can edit a player, make him like God. You can't even make the player fast enough to beat somebody off the dribble easily. He could do it, but you got to utilize the crossovers. You got. They make it so you have to know how to play the game to play the game. You know what I mean? You can't get around just on some bullshit gimmicky stuff to win games. It doesn't really work that well.
Right.
So I appreciate that. And they added some more nuances to the offense too, like more ball control, more shot control, more passing control, all that kind of stuff. So it's cool. But again, I haven't even played a full game yet. The one thing I will give them credit for, and this is the last thing I have to say about it, is that when something goes wrong, they have a support email that you can hit up and be like, look, bro, this shit ain't working. And these niggas will respond to you. It don't matter what time of day, bro. So my issue is I like a certain camera
You've already complained.
That's why I haven't played anything yet, because there's a certain camera angle that I prefer. I'm not one of them dudes that play online and try to like win credits and all that shit, and they playing the competitions and win money. I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna have no heart attack playing with these 16-year-old little niggas that ain't got no job and that's all they do. I just want to do my little season and shit, you know what I'm saying, and have my Bulls win the championship, you know, because they can't do it in real life, but they finna do it on 2K.
The Bulls be like Tracy McGrady, Kobe Bryant, Kevin Durant.
But look, bro, I predicted, you know what? I predicted that the Bulls was going to get DeMar DeRozan one day. I predicted a couple years ago. I was like, man, he would be nice. He would be a nice piece on the Bulls. And then they went and they got homeboy. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. But anyway, I got my little Bulls, but I haven't been able to play it because I can't get the camera angle that I want yet. But like I said, I give them credit because we've been going back and forth, bro. I'm going to send you the thread. Like, we be talking like, oh yeah, so y'all don't have the broadcast camera angle for the da-da-da-da. Oh, we can help you with that. Try doing this. Nah, nigga, that shit ain't work. Oh, okay, try this. And we just going back like, bro, they so responsive.
Did you respond, nah, nigga?
Nah, but I said, nah, it still ain't working. Like, you know. So then dude was like, oh, we're going to figure this out, bro. So da-da-da-da-da, try this. So I did that. Shit still ain't work. But the thing is, I like how responsive they are. Because I've worked in corporate America, and motherfuckers don't respond as fast as the 2K email. You know what I'm saying? For important.
They're treating it like a live service game, essentially. Like,
well, a lot of it is though, if you think about how the majority of the people play that game.
Right.
The majority of the folks is online, and the last thing you want is a bunch of people that have, you know, technical issues, because that'll fuck the game sales up. It'll bury the game. So
that'll go viral super quick.
Real quick. So honestly, my favorite thing about the game, other than the new tweaks that they put on offense and defense, is how fucking responsive they are. How responsive they are. Like I remember I sent them a message one time, like, oh man, these rosters ain't updating. Like, there's been changes. Oh, you good? Give us about 20 minutes. Rosters update.
Now, did they have this sort of option in the previous iterations or no?
Yeah, I've been talking to these dudes since 2K19. Whenever something pops up where it's like, you know, oh yeah, let us look into that. And it's real prompt, man. It's like all of these dudes worked at In-N-Out first, and then they got their job with 2K22. Because you know how niggas at In-N-Out be.
You're so stupid.
They treat niggas at In-N-Out treated like you at a 5-star restaurant. You know they do.
You're so goddamn stupid.
How are those In-N-Out fries for you today? How are the animal style fries for you today? You know, same thing with these 2K dudes, man. Just own it. So I really appreciate that. We were sitting up there. We were sitting up there, and I'm like, man, I don't like this shit. So I sent an email. 30 minutes later, bam. And I'm showing her like, see, they responded. Damn. So shout out to 2K for that.
And that's included. There's no extra charge to you as a consumer at all, right?
Nah, and I got the standard shit. I see, you know how they have the different editions? They got the gold edition, the platinum edition, the legend edition, the da-da-da-da, all these editions. I got the regular shit. Because I don't care about all that because I don't play online against people. But
Right.
They were still just as responsive to me as they would be to one of them dudes who dropped like $150 for this year's iteration. So
That's what's up. You got to come back next week and update us on what's going on in 2K.
I gotta get. Look, I'm telling you, I gotta get that camera angle. I'm not because right now the only one that's closest to it is that rail shit. I didn't even like watching that on TV. You remember how the games were with the rail camera, where it looked like the people got all big and then small? It was almost like looking at them in a fishbowl. That's kind of what it looked. I don't like that. I'm not a fan.
It cuts off. I remember. I know what you're talking about. It cuts off some of the perspective because you can't see towards the other baseline.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I know. That didn't last. That lasted like 2 Sundays back in the 90s, and they was just like, okay, we got to move on.
Well, somebody in 2K is really into nostalgia because they still got that camera option, and it's the closest thing to the one that I like, but it's still not good enough.
Yeah, right. Did they come with the John Tesh playing in the background?
I would love that. Like, what if they should do that?
Bring back John.
Bro, I want the dude that used to call the Bulls games. And now, like, man, if they did that joke, tell me you didn't get hype every time somebody said, and now, man, bro.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that was the first one that used to jump off like that, right? Like he was the originator, right? Like it was a whole little moment, like, yeah,
yeah, man.
Because Detroit shit came after that, and then, you know, they had it for a little while when Ben Wallace and them was there, and then there was somebody. Oh, Boston did it. They had a little moment in it, a moment with it when KG got there. I remember that. Lakers tried to do some shit with the lights dim, like tried to make the shit all sexy and shit. It's like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. We're trying to play ball. Like,
the best one will always be.
Best one was the Bulls.
The Bulls.
Yeah.
The Bulls are the 90s Bulls, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm listening to
with
that
the bull
shit
coming through the city and shit.
Bro.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm listening to that later.
They would turn to the game early just so we could see that, because I've only been to the airport in Chicago.
God.
Yeah. But that became a part of the shit when they used to show it over here. That's called WGN on cable.
That shit get you hyped, bro. That shit still get me hyped. I put that shit on repeat and start benching more than you ever seen.
All right, so next week you coming back. We need an update on your 2K22.
If I have time to play 2K22, I will let you know how it is. But like I said, in the tutorials, it looks promising, and the fact that these guys are so willing to work with folks, I really appreciate that, because I don't feel like there's any other game that has that, you know.
Well,
Cyberpunk.
Well, see, I was gonna say, in terms of the sports games, I haven't heard of that. I know Madden ain't doing it because they can just mail the shit in. Niggas don't even have to look like niggas. They can just slap some brown skin on a couple polygons and they're gonna sell 30 million just like that. And they already know that. I hope somebody just is out there making like a pirated copy of NFL 2K that's like that I could get a hold of. That'd be amazing. But usually you see what you're talking about with live service games like that are action orientated, RTS, Diablo style, MMO type shit. That's World of Warcraft, things of that nature. No Man's Sky, such on and on and on. I haven't heard anything like that with the sports shit. But that's dope.
Well, the 2K community is huge, man, and like the announcers on 2K are certifiable celebrities at this point.
I just hope they fucking stop letting people make porn custom teams that are available online. So my fucking 10-year-old nephew is looking at shit he ain't supposed to.
You're gonna see it one day, bro.
Nigga, he should be seeing it while he playing at his grandmama's house. I look up at the screen. This is big-eyed nigga looking at me with something in his mouth. I'm like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is... And then he goes, my nephew don't say nothing. He just keeps scrolling. And then there's a white girl that's got, like, just took it all to the face, bro. Tits out. I said, Chase, go in the fucking closet. Get out of here. Get out of here. That's a little hiding space. Go in your closet. And he's like, what? What? I was like, you didn't do anything wrong. I need to look at something. Give me the controller. Nigga, I'm looking, I'm seeing all this bullshit. I was like, what the fuck is this? And I can't tell my sister or my grandma, they just gonna flip out. So I'm sure he be watching that shit. Fucking goddamn. Yeah, live service that. Tell that dude that be responding to you like, my nephew's 10. And I know he ain't your nephew, but just tell him it's your nephew because you know him.
Right, me and homie on a first name basis. I mean, we going down a different path here, right? Now I'm curious. When's the first time you looked at porn? Like, why are you mad at dude that's seeing porn at 10? Like, I've seen that shit at a very young age.
I'm not mad. Listen, to answer the first question, I was 12.
Okay.
And I saw it was Positive Woman number 17. That was the name of the video.
You remember the name of the video? Oh,
because that was the first white woman I'd ever seen with a fat ass like that. So I can't forget.
Look,
and
my point is he gonna see this shit. He gonna see this shit somewhere.
He shouldn't be seeing it at a team he about to play online.
No, you're right about that. And that's nasty. They need to kick whoever made that off. But the thing is, he gonna see it somewhere.
I mean, he got TikTok.
Bro, think about it. This kid is way more advanced than we ever been, man.
I'm sure he's been looking at this shit since he was 8. You're right.
I got little cousins and shit that won't friend me on Facebook and won't friend me on Instagram because they be looking at shit they be like, doing. Right. So
shit, there's shit that people I know in real life I won't accept because of shit I say.
Right.
So I get it. But you try to deter it as like, I don't want to be looking at the shit. How about that? I don't want to look up and see some dude looking at me with his eyes open and his mouth open. I'm just trying to get some work done. Anyway, got off the rails there. Let's keep pushing. Ghost of Tsushima, the director's cuts.
Ghost of Icky.
Ghost of Icky? That's what you calling it?
Or Icky, the new island?
Oh, okay, well, we'll jump right into it, my brother. You the one with it. Spit on it, bro. Spit on it.
Again, this is another one that I haven't had much time to play, so it's gonna be quick. It's fresh. They added some new shit to it. There's new moves for the character. But what it does is, I mean, because it's a DLC, it continues off of your progress from the main game. So if you walk into that,
like,
huh?
New Game Plus, like?
It doesn't have to. It didn't look like it had to be attached to a New Game Plus. It was attached to my New Game Plus because that's what I had it on. But I'm not sure if it has to be a New Game Plus because what it is just it's one of those DLC missions that if you start it and it goes, okay, if you're gonna do this, you're going somewhere else. Are you sure you want to go there because you're gonna be there for a while? That kind of thing. But it takes your character progress with you. So if you haven't, I would suggest flipping the original game before trying to play the DLC. Because I tell you, the enemies, man, they got some different enemies now, and they do some different shit. I don't know if you remember the original, because you only played a little bit of it. But remember how you had the 4 different stances to fight the 4 different types of enemies?
Yeah. Yep.
You got enemies that's packing all 4 of those things, and they'll switch on your ass. So this dude had 2 swords. Homie had 2 swords, a shield, and a fucking, the long thing with the blades on the end, whatever you want to call it. And so, I'm going at him and shit. I'm like, oh, he got a shield out. I'm about to whoop his ass. No, he switched to the bow staff. Blip, blip, blip. I'm like, oh, okay. So the new enemies keep you on your toes. And then man, it still looks visually amazing. I mean, you know that. It's one of the best looking games that's ever come out on PS4.
Right.
PS5 upgrade is just going to be that much more substantial. The story, I don't know. The story is not going to add up to the original story. I already know it won't because of how long I played into it. I don't think it will. I don't think it'll be bad, but it's definitely not going to trump the other story, which I thought was pretty solid, which I'll dance around because you haven't seen the ending.
I'll see the ending,
this
but
is
yes.
Dancing around because you haven't seen the ending of the other one. See, I'm dancing around it.
Boom, 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 boom.
So all in all, I like it so far. Again, I mean, it's only 2 hours in. But like I said, you're better off going into that shit having flipped the original one. Because you don't want to walk in there. You don't want to walk in there, and I'm not even sure if you can at this point, but you don't want to walk in there and you ain't got all your stances. Because if this dude's out there that's just,
they working it out.
You're going to get your ass beat. Don't walk in there having not flipped the first one and having not fully maxed out your gap. That's all I'm saying.
Copy that.
You need all the resolve. Your health better be all the way up. I'm going to tell you this much. There's not much of a chance, at least from what I've seen, to upgrade your health and your resolve once you get there, even though the enemies are harder.
Right.
So you gotta
whatever you got there. So it's more like it feels like a survival type of situation.
No, I mean it doesn't play like that, but it's definitely a tougher run through than the original game because of, like I said, these new characters. They got different things they can do. There's this one character they call the shaman. And when he's like doing his little when he's doing that, what he's doing is he's basically making all the other dudes around him a shit ton stronger.
Right.
So like if you walk into that bitch and you ain't got all your shit together, you will die a couple times.
That's funny. Yeah,
I like it. I like it.
So it's been a worthy buy so far.
The upgrade, I mean, the director's cut is cheap if you already have the original.
It's like $10, right?
Yeah, I think it's $10 if you have the original.
For sure.
No.
Yeah.
It's $30 if you have the original. 30. It's $10 if you have the director's cut on PS4 and you want to upgrade it to PS5. I think. I don't remember, but it costs 30, I think.
Okay. Yeah. Which one did you had the original, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Gotcha. So when you upgraded to this one, did you get director's cut content?
There is added content, I think so. I haven't looked at it, but I do believe that it downloaded 2 separate files, one being extra content. Now, whether or not it's
because there's co-op missions available. Have you done those? Have you seen those? Have you come across that?
That's Legends. Legends has nothing to do with the director's cut. Legends was out before the director's cut came out. So if you have the regular one, you should still be able to play Legends, even if you don't get the director's cut.
Okay, so that's just a whole separate thing.
Yeah, Legends was free. Like when it came out, I don't think Legends, you didn't have to pay for that shit. They gave it to everybody for free who had the game.
Right. Okay. Right on. See, I need to update my Ghost of Tsushima app. But or Ghost of Icky, as you called it. All right, well, let's keep it pushing. We previewed the PlayStation Showcase last week, and B. Walt, sound like you saw some shit, you seen some shit that got you a little excited, man. We got to talk about this motherfucking. We'll start with Spider-Man 2, and then we'll walk. We'll walk. Tell me what you saw and how you felt, and we'll go from there.
Well, I mean, so after the end of Miles Morales, you know how people start putting feelers out almost immediately, like, okay, what's next? And somebody had speculated, oh, they're probably going to do a Spider-Man game where you get to play as both of those dudes. That is the case for this next one coming up. That is the case. You can play as both. The thing that excited me the most about it was Venom is going to be in that motherfucker. Venom is my favorite Spider-Man villain of all time. Hold on for a second as we go to the library here.
Uh-oh.
Yep, we pulling that out. Blah, blah, blah. So I was geeked about that shit, bro. And both Miles and Peter have different styles, so I was excited about that. But that's what caught me. But me, I try to stay away from trailers. I don't want to look at shit too heavy. I don't want to think about it too much. I want to forget it almost after I saw it, because I want everything to be fresh when I get to sit down and actually fucks with it. I do have an issue with when the shit's coming. Like the shit, it's not coming out till 2023. Or
that long?
Did I get that wrong? I don't remember now.
We gotta look. I know Wolverine is 2023, but we haven't talked about that one yet. We got to take turns on this trailer shit, bro, because we're media now. So one of us has got to watch. You know what I'm saying?
You do it.
No. I'll get the next one because you watch these, but we have to trade off. This has got to be a fair thing.
2023.
You're not even paying attention. You worried about when the shit coming out.
I heard what you said. You are not fucking up my enjoyment for shit because we are media now. I've been media for years. Fuck that shit. You are not fucking up my Spider-Man and then Wolverine? No. And Tony Todd is doing the voice of Venom. You understand? The original Candyman is doing the voice of Venom, bro. Like, I was like, okay.
I saw that he was doing Venom. So clearly this is a double win for you. This is a double dip.
It's a triple dip.
Because it's new Spider-Man, Venom's in it, and then the black man's doing the voice.
Well, then that's a quadruple dip. You got two Spider-Manses, Candyman Venom, Candy Venom, whatever you want to call them.
Candy Venom.
Candy Venom. So I'm with it, bro. I'm with it.
Okay,
that was disgusting, by the way. I saw all of that.
You just gonna tell everybody?
It's gonna show up, man. It's gonna show up.
No, it's not.
Screen. Yes, it will.
Because how much you want? You know what? We're down to 4 now. Chris Webber called a timeout. He's going to the fucking league. We had a chance to keep him in college so they could get that fucking chip. God damn it,
care. I don't even care. I'm about to make this money. I don't care. So what if we lost? I don't care.
It's fucking C Webb. Get that camera off my fucking face. Nigga, you called a timeout when you had none. You can't be mad at the camera. All right, so let's so 2023 on that. Wolverine by the same company. What'd you think?
I have a lot of faith and Insomniac because of what they've done with Spider-Man. It'll be interesting because I mean, the playing mechanics are gonna have to be vastly different from Spider-Man playing mechanics. However, bro, it's Wolverine. Like hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. I mean, there's so many different ways you could take this shit. There's so many different ways you could take it. I saw the trailer and I was like, okay, I'm with it. I don't want to see nothing else about it till the shit come out. I don't give a fuck what they do.
Insomniac is in a good place. They've been around since PS2?
I don't know.
I feel like at least PS2. Sony is taking them under their wing, so they get all the intel from Naughty Dog and Sony Santa Monica and like Sucker Punch. So it's a good little club to be a part of, that's for sure. I didn't see the trailers, but I'm a fan of everything you just said. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. People were tripping. Did you see the article about David Hayter wanting to do the voice?
And I'm with it. I'm with
it. Solid Snake wants to be James Hallett.
The original Solid Snake. Yes, just do it.
Metal Gear Logan. X Snake.
Logan Gear. Well, look, regardless, let him do it, man. That's great. That's great. That's great. I'm with that. I support that message 100%.
David motherfucking Hayter, the writer to the first X-Men movie. Oh man, Bryan Singer's a motherfucker. Yeah, I mean, yeah, why not? Why the fuck not? They were saying either him or Steve Bloom would be the voice because I think he's done Wolverine in some other game before. For those that don't know that name off top, he's the original voice to Spike from Cowboy Bebop. He went by a different name in his credits, David Lucas, I believe, back then. I think there's some voice actors that do that when they're really prolific. I think it's got to be a business move or some shit. They just got an alias or an AKA or something like that. Because he's got a very distinct voice. He was the first main enemy in Legend of Korra season 1. He's all in Avatar. Yeah, he's been around for years. He did shit before Cowboy Bebop, but that's the one that really put him on top. But it's either between him or Solid Snake, and you're voting Solid Snake. Is that where we're going?
Yeah, the original Solid Snake, not Kiefer Sutherland. The original Snake.
Kiefer did the voice. When did he do the voice?
Kiefer did the voice of Big Boss. He was this last Phantom thing.
Right. Okay.
Which I thought he did a good job, but I just don't see Kiefer Sutherland doing Wolverine.
He's not Iroquois Pliskin, is what you're saying.
No, Hater can do it though.
All right, well,
he's grimy enough. He sounds like he drinks, glasses of glass.
Yeah, number straight bullet all the time.
Just,
reload. Merle.
Right, he can do it.
Liquid. It's not over yet, Snake.
Bro, I'm so geeked about that shit. Like I promise you, I won't watch anything else about it until it comes out, until it's there.
Wolverine?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There was a Wolverine game on 3 that was actually good. It was attached to one of those shitty movies though. Like it was kind of murderous. Like you killed a lot of niggas quick. but it was him with whatever movie had him with the wife beater on. You know what I'm talking about?
That was Homeboy.
You probably got it.
Yeah, I got it, but that was Homeboy through the entire series with the wife beater. That's what he wore in every movie.
Yeah, but that was when they put on the actual movie poster. Like whichever one had
Origins. That was his origin one.
Yeah.
They made a game for that?
Yo, that game was brutal though. Like you was murdering niggas. That game was way better. I never saw the movie, but we got down on the game. Like we would watch other friends of ours kill niggas. That shit was bloody. But yeah, they made a game about that. It got old like about 3 hours in because they ran out of different ways to kill a nigga. But them 3 hours was fun. They were fun. Hopefully this one lasts longer than that. It has to because Logan is arguably one of the best movies ever. So we got 2 votes for David Hayter. Go get it, man. Go get it, Solid Snake. They ain't making them with Metal Gear, so ain't got nothing else to do, right?
Or shoot Pete.
Yay, Konami. Is that why he didn't show up? Because he knew what, bro? Like, what? Death Stranding's coming, the director's cut, and then Death Stranding 2. Right.
They're making a part 2.
Yeah.
Man, that's bullshit, man. Look, man. I swear I played that game for about 30 minutes. I was like, this shit is ass. I'm not ever, no.
All right, let's keep it pushing. God of War, Ragnarok.
True.
You got the eyes. What you thinking, bro? Talk to me. What you think? What'd you see? What it is?
Okay, so you already know the little boy. Have you beat the shit, right?
I didn't. Go ahead. Damn. Just go ahead. Just do it. No, just do it.
The little boy. Nah, man, I can't do it to you, bro. Like,
do it. Just do it. Sacrifice. Leave me be. I can't.
What was your favorite Marvel TV series lately?
Loki.
That's who the little boy is. Yes, that's why you got to play the first.
Shut the fuck up.
Come to find out, a homeboy, Kratos' new son with this new Scandinavian chick he was rolling around with, turns out to be Loki. He finds out at the end of the game. He also finds out, that he's a god and he's damn near immortal, and it fucks with the kid's head. The kid becomes delusionary, or he becomes delusional to the point to where he thinks he can't die. He thinks he's an all-powerful god. He's an arrogant little shit. By the time you get to the end of the game, you want to kick his ass. A couple things happen to him where it brings him down a little bit, but you can see him fighting that. Like he wants to just be, oh, I'm the shit, fuck everybody else. He wants that. He wants to be that. And the game kind of ends with the little boy wrestling. So now in Ragnarok, the little boy is a little bit older. He's probably stronger. They visually, I already saw a scene where they make him look like Loki. Go back and look at it again when he's got the horns, like in the shadow. Like he looks like a version of one of the images of Loki. He's Loki. They even said, like in the game at some point they said, I was like, oh, get the fuck out of here. Oh, nigga, I'm with it.
So where I left off on that game, he was starting to creep that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think he had just found out, yeah, I'm a god, so I put my god dick in your mom, so you got some of my genes and da-da-da-da. And he was like, oh, okay, cool. And he was starting to flex and, be a little kid about it and shit. But he was still like over his, he was like getting ahead of himself.
The kid is 100% God because his mom was a god too. And the reason why he
Fuck.
bro, the reason why he was sickly is because he could his natural state, which is that of a deity, couldn't wrestle with being human. So it fucked him up. So he was psychologically fucked up and it made him physically ill because he didn't know he was a god. As soon as he finds out that he's a god, he becomes so beastie in the game that you know how like a game like God of War, you spend a lot of time upping your character. And you know how, like in this last God of War, you could up the kid. So once he found out he was a guy, I spent all the rest of the time while I was playing that shit upping this dude. He gets so fucking beastie in that shit. Like them arrows really be doing damage, bro. Like there's parts of that game where as Kratos, I didn't even have to fight. I'm like, little nigga, handle it. Taking people out. I'm telling you. So I can't wait. Man. I can't wait for this Ragnarok shit. If you know anything about Ragnarok, it's basically about the Norse folks being destroyed, like their whole shit is being wiped out, right? And so, if I remember the mythology correctly, it has to do directly with what happens to Loki's son. Now, you know when with God of War, they twist things a little bit, right, to fit Kratos into the mythology, but.
Right.
Loki is definitely the person who brings about the shit. So.
Wow.
Right.
Wow. I that's pretty mind blowing, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like,
now
I didn't expect you to say that.
Don't you? It won't make you want to finish it, don't you?
I wanted to finish the shit any goddamn way because them fucking Valkyries, me and these bitches got beef, bro. Like, fuck them bitches. Like, they can see me anytime.
How many is it?
Like 15 of them hoes. Like, I'll fuck them all up. And they hoes.
I killed about 6 of them, and then I realized I was like, you don't gotta beat them to beat them, man. Fuck them bitches.
Nah, it's personal, bro. It's personal.
It is personal. And that look, I looked it up. That last one is damn near impossible.
I know.
And I know how you play games. Because I've seen it. You won't get up off the couch until you beat the motherfucker. So 36 hours later, you still there like this.
Nigga, we don't have time to blink.
Right.
That's so I'm like, God of War 3 is one of the best experiences I've ever had playing a game. In my opinion, my humble opinion, 4 is a technically better game. Like the improvements they made and the adjustments they made, it makes it a better game. But I just had more fun with 3. But 4, like the shit you can do with the axe while you rocking the chains, and then you got your little homie, this little NPC, you know, he flexing a little bit, and then the wolves, like how you can make all that shit dance at the same time. Let's go, man. Let's go.
You know about Loki and the wolf?
No.
There's a reason why. Okay, so Odin is scared to death of a wolf, and there's a reason behind that. And Norse mythology and stuff. This is real shit. Like, he's scared to death that this big ass fucking wolf is going to destroy all their shit. So he goes out of his way to try to subdue this huge fucking wolf that turns out to be Loki's kid. So I don't know if they're going to, like with this, you know, like I said, they like to twist mythology to fit Kratos into it when they make these God of War games.
Right.
But I am 87% certain that the Loki is the linchpin for the shit. You know, because the story, you know, when you play the original God of Wars, right? It's about Kratos growing into being a god and accepting him as a god.
Right.
And making a choice, thinking, oh, gods ain't shit, I need to wipe all these niggas out, kind of thing. Right. So
bye Zeus. Bye.
Right. Bye Zeus. Bye Hera. Bye all of y'all. Eat a dick. Ares, you got it. All of them. Just go, you know. So with this one, Kratos ain't really growing more so than becoming a I guess, a more relatable father, better father. But he's not growing in his powers. He's already there.
Yeah, this is Terminator 2 chapter right now.
Right. This entire story so far, when you're talking about growth, is about Loki getting stronger, getting beastie. That's why, like man, when I found out, like I kind of, you get to a point where you're like, oh, okay, I kind of, because they make little references to it, and if you're an ancient mythology geek, you catch on to some of the stuff anyway. If you are into that kind of stuff, and I actually, when I was in school, we had to study this shit anyway. Norse stuff was some of my favorite. And that's why I don't really like the Marvel Thor, because they don't do this nigga enough justice. Norse Thor is a dick. Like, he's a motherfucker. He's a fucking asshole. Okay? And Norse Thor is a real, so Marvel don't do him enough justice, which is why I kind of had a problem with him in the comics. Regardless, I digress. It's Loki. You know this. So now I'm waiting for him to just be a fucking, just a killer. He's got.
So, was he playable or was he an enemy in the trailer? Because I didn't. This is your turn. I didn't see it.
In the trailer, look. Okay, here's the thing. Like I said, I try not to pay too much attention, other than the fact, okay, it's Ragnarok. Okay, cool, right. But the first game laid a lot of shit out that you knew that they were going to have to address, right?
Right.
I mean, they murdered Thor's kids, brutally murdered Thor's kids. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
Right. You find
that
out
was fun.
Yeah. They're cool with the world serpent. They cool with him. They've worked with him already, right?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Right. So like, there are a lot of things, and they're also cool with those two little dwarves. You breaking up, bro? You breaking up?
The blacks.
The little blacksmiths.
Yeah.
You breaking up, bro? You're still breaking up. I'm just gonna wait till you come back. You frozen. Still frozen. There you go. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, so it's about Loki. It's going to be about his growth, and I think the most interested in seeing whether or not he goes through that path of being a fucking murderous killer like Kratos did. So, with that being said, I don't want to see any more trailers about the shit. I just want to know when it comes out, and I think it's 2022, or is it 2022, or is it the end of this year that it comes out? Let me look. Yeah, so it's 2022. Because it was supposed to come out originally in June of this year. And they're saying all they're saying is that it's delayed till 2022. I don't think there's a release date actually attached to it yet. They're just saying 2022. But yeah, I'm for this. I'm not watching any other trailers about it. I watched it once. That's it. I'm done. I hope I forget everything I saw.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah. I may actually play through the first one again. Just to get my beak wet again with the shit. But other than that,
the first God of War.
No. The first of the newer ones, the PS4 version. I might play that shit again just to be reintroduced to the characters and stuff like that. But when this new one drops, bro, I'm with it. I'm with it, and I don't want to see any other trailers about it.
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yeah, you breaking up, bro. It's pretty bad. Now it's dark as fuck. Where are you at?
I got light one place and no service, and darkness the other place and 7 bars. So I'm making this up as we go.
You're still a little
Uh,
broken up, but I can hear you better.
well, let's get into the while I look for service and a place and a home. God, Matrix 4, the trailer. I know you saw that.
No, I did not, and I didn't want to. I told you, I know enough about it. I don't want to see nothing else until the movie comes out. Nothing else. Nothing else.
So we, well, because I thought, wait, so you didn't see it either? So, all right.
I thought you saw it and you were going to dance.
No, fuck that. No, I had to do that shit the last time.
No, I have not watched it. I will not watch it as is customary with any of the Matrix movies. I did not watch any of the trailers.
Okay.
All I knew was who was going to be in it, and I was like, okay, I'm with it. But I don't want to watch the Matrix 4 trailers.
I'm you know what? It's the Matrix. I bet we could talk about it without knowing, and they wouldn't even know without really actually seeing this shit. Be like, yeah. So Neo was in there, and then Trinity showed up, and then there was a riddle spoken and a question asked, and da 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 da. All right. Well, fuck the Matrix 4. Did you see the Hawkeye trailer?
Nope. I didn't even know there was one.
There was a Hawkeye trailer that dropped today.
Okay.
I peeped it for myself. I thought I'd be a team player since you had seen all the PlayStation Showcase stuff. Let's see if you can see me and hear me at the same time. That's a little better, right?
I think you may just want to do the audio because as soon as you turn that back on, it gets choppy.
I'm choppy again.
Yeah.
I'm choppy.
You were clear when the audio was off. I mean, when the video was off.
Gotcha. Thank you, Spritz.
Look, we're gonna both do that. Just in solidarity with your shitty phone. I'm off video.
This ain't no. We need the video. We can't just.
I'm just trying to support your shitty phone, bro.
What you ain't trying to support shit. You just taking a crack at Sprint. There's nothing I could do. It's the cheapest bill I could get. This was a business decision. Anyway, I saw the Hawkeye trailer. Comes out November 24th of this year. So we got 2 months from now. Well, 2.5, almost 3. First thoughts. Die Hard. The first one. That's what came to mind.
Okay.
It had that feel. Maybe it was the song, maybe it was the way they framed it. And then that kind of turned when, so like, and maybe you know more of the backstory, and maybe you don't, but they showed his family, they focused on his daughter from the movie, right? He goes back and talks about like him being the Ronin, which is a like circulated character within the Marvel comic book universe. There's been various people that have been Ronin at various times. Blade being one, I believe. T'Challa was the Ronin at one point, as well as Hawkeye. But the time Hawkeye was Ronin in the movie, the MCU, and he was slicing any motherfucker that got in his way. Went back to that and was like, yeah, I made a lot of enemies. He goes back into action around Christmas time, and then a partner or a fellow archer shows up. And I thought that was his daughter from what I remember, but maybe I was wrong because it wasn't the same girl. It was an older girl, but she was still young. And I was like, is that? But they didn't really communicate that in the trailer. Maybe that was intentional. Maybe it wasn't. You know, but I mean, it looks good. is it gonna hold up to Loki? Nah, I don't see that happening. um, but I think it'll be fun. I think we're in a rhythm now where it's like, well, just we want that, need to tap that vein. Hawkeye, it immediately focuses on him and his family and dealing with the balance of being a family man and the responsibilities of being an Avenger. Even though he's more like Derek Fisher of the Avengers, he's still an Avenger. I know, Derek Fisher, you got like 4 rings. No one's shitting on you. You got a great career.
No one's shitting on Hawkeye either. Hawkeye is a good character. It's just that when you consider him in regards to the rest of the folks, everybody else is super powered, and he's just this regular dude with weapons, and a bow and arrow most of the time. So he's not weak though. I don't think he's a weak person.
No, he's not weak. He holds his own. I'm taking Black Widow over him though. You know what I mean?
Well, it'll be interesting to watch the series and see if his series is better than her movie, because her movie was C-, C+. I forget what I graded it.
I think it was just above Captain Marvel.
I don't think I made that above Captain Marvel, did I?
I made it above Captain Marvel. I think it was below Captain Marvel for you. That's the Mendoza line. But I think a limited series is gonna suit him better than a full feature movie. That's for sure.
I think they should have done the same with her. To tell you the truth.
But we got to remember this was supposed to come out 2 years ago. Like the plans and shit was just different. Disney found a way to get their money, but that's a whole nother subject that we've beaten to death. I think if they would have known what they know now, I think you're right to answer your question or to respond. If they knew that the situation was going to be what it is, a limited series would have definitely been better for Black Widow for sure. But regardless, yeah, I mean, it looks like some holiday, action, adventure, fun, Yippee Kiyaa type feel. But we'll see. I'm definitely gonna check it out. I think it's a good soft spot for them to put that right now, though, because it's like coming towards the holidays, everything is gonna be slowing down. So we're gonna peep it no matter what. Prime season would have been right after Loki. I think people would have had a different opinion about it if that was the case. Because those were dropping every 6 weeks, right after each other.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it, only because I like those stories where the character is living in this duality of being a regular dude, but then having like these extraordinary things that they have to do. So I like stories like that. Again, we know this dude is an agent, so he ain't no punk. I mean, he could get down. So I'm looking forward to it. They tried to touch on it a little bit in the Avengers movies. Remember, like where he would go to the farm and visit his people and stuff. So,
right.
It's gonna take a decent balance, but the thing is, like I said many times before, for the most part, Marvel has figured out the correct formula with all of their characters. So I don't think that they won't. I don't think they'll make a mistake with this one either. I mean, and if they're introduced, Hawkeye as Ronin was a beast. So if they show some of that, I'm with that shit. Or even show some of the residuals of that where he's got to tap back into that at points. And I think Die Hard is a good comparison in the sense that it's just a regular dude with this crazy 80s action film will. I
What'd you call it? The white man?
Right, the mediocre white man of the 80s. They can do anything.
Just a regular guy in this bullshit trying to make it happen, man.
Right. Mediocre white man in the 80s will. So I'm looking, and I'm, I mean, we make fun of it, But a lot of movies came out in the 80s like that we really fucking like. So if they can tap into that shit without it being corny like the 80s movies, I'm with it. And Die Hard was one of those 80s movies that I don't consider to be corny. They did that shit right. Like Homeboy wasn't swole. He didn't have perfect hair or square chin. Matter of fact, dude was going bald and he didn't have shoes through the whole movie. He came out of that shit beat to shit. So it made you feel the character because it was like, damn, yeah, he was a cop, but he's still a regular dude. So if they do that with Hawkeye, I'm with that shit. I think it'll be good.
Nah, it was Die Hard is one of the best action movies I've ever seen.
Die Hard is one of the best holiday movies I've ever seen.
It is the best Christmas movie I've ever seen. I will give it that. Yep. Yeah, 1,000%. See what I did there?
1,001%.
Oh, I've been upped. I've been duped. But
we have that right here.
Oh yeah. Right above the turtle van.
Right.
Michelangelo and John McClane. Like I said, I think what Marvel is super strategic when it comes to releasing this shit, i.e. Captain Marvel. They put it between, it was before Infinity War, or no, was it before Infinity War or before Endgame? I think it was before Endgame. And they sandwiched the two in between. So you were like hungry for something when Captain Marvel came out. And so because of where they released it, it had no choice but to be successful because of all the other pieces around it were already working. They were already in place. Right. Same thing for this. Good timing, years slowing down. We haven't had one in a while. Loki dropped in June. It'll be, so come November, you're saying that's almost 6 months in difference. The what ifs, we don't know how many we're getting in this. Maybe you do. I don't know. But I don't think this will last past a month. You know what I'm saying? With the what ifs. So yeah, it'll definitely get checked out. But let's keep it pushing. One last one before we go. And this happened earlier today as we are recording this. Comicbook.com has announced that the lovely Miss Haley Atwell will be the new Lara Croft in Netflix's Tomb Raider. B. Walt, what are your thoughts about this?
I like it. Good job. Nice. I'm with it. It's a good fit.
I'm gonna need the password. You gotta. I need back in. I'm a huge Haley Atwell fan. My guy.
We're gonna have to talk to the board of directors of Black AF to see if our rogue agent can be allowed back into the database.
Rogue agent? I was kicked out. You guys picked me out.
Yeah, you're a rogue agent. You went off and did some shit on your own. Even though it turned out okay, we didn't sanction it, so we're gonna have to have a sit down and talk about it. And then
the agency betrayed me. Fuck them. They're gonna pay.
Yeah, I like her as Agent Carter, but yeah, I think as Tomb Raider, as Lara Croft, she could do that. The girl who played her last in the last movie wasn't bad. I think the movie was underwhelming, but the girl is Lara Croft, Alicia Vikander. I can't remember her name. I don't think she was bad.
You good over there?
I'm over here choking this shit because I'm so excited about Haley Atwell. No. Old girl that played Lara Croft most recent. She wasn't bad, but she was younger.
Right. Yeah,
assuming,
Haley, I thought about that.
Yeah, I'm assuming
This
she's
has
going
got
to
to
be more
be
seasoned.
right. This has got to be further on in her Tomb Raider career, because nothing. Not that anything is wrong with Miss Atwell's age at all, but Laura Croft, initially, I think when the character was first introduced to the big screen was like mid-20s, late 20s at the most. Even with Angelina Jolie, because she still could pass as a 29-year-old in certain perspectives, maybe. But she handled it. I thought she handled the role well. I just thought the movies were just super basic, just with the plot and the narrative and shit like that.
The Angelina movies,
the Angelina joints. They were just like, it was just like, let's just make money off this property. You know what I mean? Like,
the only thing good that out of those two movies the only thing that came out of those two movies that was any good to me was an Outkast song on one of the soundtracks.
Oh, that shit.
Speedballing.
Speedballing. Ooh, fuck, said rock and roll no more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
it was like gospel meets Megadeth.
Gospel meets Megadeth with a sprinkling of Trent Reznor in there somewhere.
Is that 9 Inch Nails with the 808? What the fuck is going on? Yeah, but Haley, Netflix, bro, anything Haley do for the rest of her life, I'm in. Like, let's just call it what it is. Brunettes are awesome. And that's all I'll say without someone trying to say I'm saying some other shit. But I am saying it, but I'm saying it safely. So fuck that. All right. I think that is our show for this evening. We appreciate the three of you that stayed with us. Jimmy Jackson. I just put them both together. Ray Jackson, Jimmy Key. That's too funny for no reason at all. Jalen Rose, we appreciate y'all. We know Juwan's in Washington. With his wisdom tooth taken out so he can't talk about the allegations. You remember that shit? Does that ring a bell at all or no?
Vaguely.
They came to this nigga's house and asked him about some shit he did with some chicks. And he just happened to get his wisdom tooth pulled the day before, so he couldn't talk, quote unquote. You got anything to say? This nigga shook his head left or right, like, What is that your quote for the rest of the day? That shit was so funny and retarded. Like, I don't know why they even let that shit fly.
On some real shit though, I mean, in my opinion, I don't know what the voting criteria is, but a player like Chris Webber, regardless of winning a championship or not, he should be in the Hall of Fame. So we talk all the shit we want about him with the phantom timeout call and some of the dumb shit he got caught doing over the years, smoking weed in the back of a truck or some dumb shit. Whatever. That dude was a baller. A 6'9", 6'10" power forward that could handle the ball and pass and shoot as good as he could shoot. He was a prototype big, and now you see everybody doing that. So in my opinion, he definitely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame just because of his individual skill sets and how he did that shit so well. And let's not forget, they was only a couple of moves away from going to the championships before Shaq and Kobe turned it on. They could have beat them, dude. I stand by Sacramento could have beat the Lakers in that series. I stand by that shit. They had a squad, bro. They had a fucking squad.
Yeah, they weren't gonna win.
They could have. Look, they could have. They could have.
I'm
possibly. What if they could have?
Okay. What if Hugh Hollins doesn't call that foul on fucking Scottie Pippen?
What if Kobe didn't think he was as dope as he was back then? Yeah, they could have won, I think. But anyway, I think Chris Webber deserves to be in the Hall.
I don't have a problem with him being in the Hall. I still think he left a lot to be. I don't want to say his career was underwhelming, and I know you don't close a Black Geek show on some basketball shit, but you can when it's us. He was to me from a skill and physical level, he should have been the greatest power forward of all time. Nobody at the 4 was that big and that skilled. And he was just mean coming out of college, bro. Like, no one, like, he was the one that, like when he would just yell and dunk on somebody and just come down the fucking court, just being like it. Nobody was doing it like that. Like, that was Webb. And I thought that's what we was gonna get when he got to the league. And he showed flashes of that, but he was on some, like, I don't know, he didn't want to be the good guy anymore. He wanted to be the bully. And I think that really got in the way of him really being successful.
Look, he bounced around a bit, man, but when he got to Sacramento, that was home, bro. And he had, like, that team, and it was because of him primarily. I mean, the rest of them dudes was killers too. But that team, that was a great team. That's a classic fucking team. And he was the leader. He was putting up damn near 30 points a game. He was killing motherfuckers. Like, he was killing motherfuckers. He was the prototype stretch whatever that we have now.
Like, if coming out of college as a 4 against any power forward that you've ever talked about, I'm taking C. Webb. Period. I had, there was a year I did fan of, you know what, let's cut the show because we can talk about this all day. But so I'm gonna cut the show. Brotherhood Language approaching conversation kinetically about fiction. This is episode 32 on some Magic Johnson shit. That's why we get to talk about hoop. You know what I'm saying? Word, that's what's up. BLACKAZFUK is the handle for TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. We got daily content all through the fucking day, every day. Whoop, whoop. Website, www.blackafhq.com. You can check us out, be a part of the show every Monday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, every fucking Monday. It is what it is. This is season 1, episode 32. B. Walt, anything?
You said enough, bro. Oh, shit.
And we out. Deuces. You can hit the stop record button now.
Brotherhood Language approaching conversation kinetically about fiction. This is Blackest